Why I believe my inspirational wisdom channel is one of the very best on YouTube. Why I consider myself one of the best wisdom and inspirational channels on YouTube. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, y'all may think that sounds a little bit arrogant to say that I am one of the best, but I do consider myself one of the best. And I believe that as long as we're not being arrogant, that we should ring our own bell, never at the expense of someone else, never to diminish someone else, but only to lift others up. And so I am here to just share with you my thoughts on wisdom and insights and motivation. You know, there's a big difference, in my opinion, between motivation and inspiration. To me, motivation is often accompanied with suggestions. I don't want to say advice, but kind of suggestions, a way to do things, kind of a how to do things. Inspiration is more watching someone else and you are inspired by how they live. I consider myself an inspirer, not a motivator, because I don't give advice and I don't give suggestions. I just show you and explain to you how I live my life, how I see issues in the world. And so when I say that mine is one of the best, what makes mine different from many other channels? There are so many fantastic, fabulous channels out there. So many, I mean, unlimited. And many focus on or narrow in on a specific topic. I'm very general in nature. I cover just about every topic except for politics. I don't talk politics. And so, you know, I would say that many of the channels talk specifics, and I think that is absolutely amazing and wonderful, and I love those channels. If I have a specific kind of issue I want to talk about or think about or get wisdom on, I know where to go. And yet, mine is very general. I talk about just about everything. Second of all, I give you concentrated wisdom in a very short amount of time. I don't drag my videos on for an hour at a time, giving you, little bits and nuggets here and there of wisdom or inspiration, and you have to sift through all the filler. I don't do that. I have one wisdom teacher that I've sat under virtually for about 20 years. I love this person. This person is amazing, absolutely amazing. And yet he accompanies his wisdom time with a lot of filler. So either I have to sit there and listen to all the filler to get to the treasure, the nuggets of wisdom, or I go back and I replay, kind of fast forward, or I actually listen to it while I'm doing other things, because there's a lot of filler in that. I try not to do filler other than a little chit chat about, life in general, going for my run, a beautiful day, grandma's porch, things like that. I will chit chat with you all, and that is different than sharing my wisdom per se. I guess there's wisdom in chit chat, and I'm sure there is. And yet, I prefer to keep it on topic. I prefer to come on here with a topic and talk about it, get right to the heart of the matter, not put in a lot of filler. And I think that's what separates my channel for the most part, is I don't give a lot of filler. I talk about a topic, and my topics are very kind of topics that most people don't really get into, because I think kind of abstract in a way about topics, and I will see a topic and I will talk about it. And how I think some of that came about is I told this story once. It's a long time ago. I was probably 19 or 20, and I was living in California, and I had a boyfriend. His name was Frank, and he was a used car sales guy. This is before Young Doctor in Love. And Frank was from Georgia, and he had this accent, and kind of like mine, and except mine's a little more fine-tuned now than it used to be. And anyhow, Frank had one of those great big, what was that, Dukes of Hazzard cars, and we'd ride all over LA in his Dukes of Hazzard car. Anyhow, he dropped me off at the airport, and I ran off to visit this. It wasn't a boyfriend, but it was a guy friend. And so, long story short, I met a man while there. It was kind of like a church group, a Bible group that kind of lived in a dormitory. And I ended up staying there for about 2 weeks in Palatka, Florida. Yes, Palatka, Florida. And then I checked back off and went back to California. But anyhow, in the meantime, I met this man, and he and his wife lived there. And he would like sit down at the kitchen table, and he could take the salt and pepper and make a whole story about wisdom, about that salt and pepper. And you were absolutely entranced in what he had to talk about. He was so amazing. One of the best amazing wisdom people I met along the way. And so kind of my wisdom is sort of like that. I can talk about almost any subjects and give you my wisdom or insights or inspiration, and they're all fresh out of the oven. When I wake up in the morning, I have my notebook by my bed, and for about an hour as I'm waking up, I write down all of my wisdom insights that come to me. And then I put them in written form, and then I put them up on video. And so I share with you all kinds of topics. They range from A to Z. And in addition to that, I make it concentrated. And I take into consideration other people's feelings. And so I believe that my wisdom channel, my inspiration channel, is one of the best out there, because I give you condensed version. You don't have to sift through a lot of filler. And often, if you go back on my videos, all you have to do is put in the title of a subject that you want to hear about, and you can go right to it. And I have shared my own life, my own journey, the things that have gone on in my life, the wonderful things, the more challenging things. I've shared a lot with you all. And so I just want you to know that to ring your own bell, to say what you believe is your truth or what is true. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not there putting someone else down. There's a lot of great people on YouTube, and there's a lot of people in specific areas that are far superior than me because they're specialized. I'm sort of like, a general inspirer. A general wisdom person. I talk about it all. And there are some people that strictly talk toxic relationships. There's some people that strictly talk about achieving your dreams. There's some people that strictly talk about how to get a job. Everyone has their own way of inspiring and their own style. And I know so many content providers that are amazing content providers that are absolutely the best on YouTube, some of the very, very best on YouTube. And I'm just putting myself in that category. And maybe it comes from Grandma's porch. Maybe it's just down home common sense wisdom, common sense inspiration, or as Grandma would call it, horse talk. Common sense horse talk, horse wisdom. And so nothing wrong in telling the truth as you see it. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.